Hello and thank you for clicking on my channel, Kelly Legends Media. I'd like to thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel thus far. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the like button. And if you'd like to be notified whenever a new video comes out, hit that notification bell and you'll be notified when the video drops, and you can go back and watch it whenever you're ready. Okay, so let's get started. I was doing a lot of thinking lately. I surf through YouTube. I watch different videos and stuff, and I know a lot of the people on YouTube. They do their thing with the same purpose as me, and that's to try to deter people away from giving up their freedom, giving up their lives on the street and with their families for a life in prison, and give up their home for a prison cell. Now, everybody knows that the laws have gotten much more stricter. They're giving out much more time. They're handing out 25 years with an L like it's candy. So the whole idea behind this is simply to incarcerate people and to keep them incarcerated. So I don't know if people realize it, but when they get that kind of time, they end up dying in prison. If you're gonna go in and you're gonna get involved with something, get involved and go balls out. Because that's the only way you're gonna make it, is being 110% committed to that life, if you go that route. But with that kind of time, about the only thing that you could look forward to is dying in prison. Because eventually you're going to grow old, and right now the prisons are filled with old people. You don't see it much on YouTube, but they have hospitals and different prisons, different buildings dedicated to the elderly and the sick. Men in there dying from cancer, dying from various diseases. Old age comes, and the diseases that come with old age eventually catch up with you. There's a lot of young guys right now. They're in prison. They're doing their thing, and I can't help but to feel bad for these people, because eventually these men are going to get old. These men are going to get old. They're going to get sick, and they're going to die. That's the future you get with a life sentence. Go to prison and die. And I don't think people, when you're young, I don't think people see it like that. They just go in there and they hit the ground running, and they're so caught up in everything that's going on in prison that they just learn to live that life. And some of them, sure, they take the time to stop and to think where they're going to eventually end up, and they get depressed. Some commit suicide, and some just roll with it and accept it as being what it is. You see a lot of people on YouTube trying to discourage people about going to prison. It has nothing to do with being scared or being weak or anything else. It's just that these guys are older now, and they've come to realize that there's more to life than acting foolish and landing yourself in prison and wasting years of your life behind the walls, rather than to be free and use that life out here that you could have to work and save your money, buy your house, take care of your family, and do the things that regular people do. There's nothing good about it, about going to prison. In the end, even if you go in and you come out, and what you get, what people coming up, hey homie, you just got out, I'll feed, man. You get a little bit more respect in the neighborhood. You're a pinto, you've been schooled different, and than them on the streets, and it gives you a little bit more clout. But that'll never equal having a bank account, having a few racks in the bank, having a nice car, nice home, a beautiful wife, beautiful kids. We have to stop wasting our years behind bars, wasting our years in prison. It's just a waste of time. And as far as gang banging and taking other people's lives, you could ask anybody who's been through that how that feels, and the negative impact it has on a person's life, whether you get caught or not. Not to mention the negative impact you had on that man's family and his kids. It's all a dirty game. I don't care if it's being from your neighborhood or being in prison, being in jail, being in camp, YA, whatever it is. All of that life is a lifestyle that's not going to get you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to be wasting years of your life that you could really, really be doing good things, And I was just thinking about all those men that are incarcerated right now, that they're never going to know it. They're never going to know that life. Some of them went from YA to prison and picked up more time, and they're just never getting out. They've chose to live their life in prison, and they dedicated their lives to that. I know in the last couple of years, a lot of very, very well-known men, gangsters, from the biggest gang, from the strongest gang, down crazy ass homies that died, that were never getting out. And there's a lot more in there. They're gonna die in that cell by themselves, away from their families and loved ones. And that's how that's gonna end for them. No glory, no nothing, A lot of guys, they go in there for years and years, and they come out and they're homeless. They're homeless. They're living downtown. They're pushing shopping carts. Not all of them. Some of them come out and they be having things, but come on. There's no comparison to having your freedom, being free, and just doing the damn thing out here. And it's too bad that some people don't get a chance to realize that on time. They end up getting too much time, and then they really could ever understand what you're talking about, because they've never had it. They've never thought about that kind of life, and if they did, it's just been stuff they've seen on TV or hear about through letters and phone calls. But they just don't know. But those that do know, I could guarantee you one thing: there's not one of them in there that wouldn't trade where they're sitting for where you're sitting. Out here free, able to talk and visit with the ones you love, and go eat what you want, and just move about the world, and take a cruise, fly to some other country. You could. Don't get caught up. Whatever you do, don't end up in prison, man, because the time you get might be just enough time to wash you up, and you just never walk out of that place. And I'm not just talking about getting put to sleep by your own people or other people, other races in prison. You know, I'm talking about just dying naturally in prison with no one. So let's hang on to our freedom. Let's do what we can to stay out here, and let's enjoy life best we can. Be here for the ones we love, for when they need us. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you on the next one.